Hey, good morning everybody. It's about 8:22 and I'm here with some wrestling insight, if you will, some wrestling news from all over WWE, Ring of Honor, whatever you want to call it, TNA. A lot of news going around, not just from backstage, from what reports and rumors have come around from backstage sources, but also from some various fans' opinions as well. Good coffee. But anyway, the news going around, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let's start with Ring of Honor. Reportedly, one fan here on YouTube, I will not mention any names, but reportedly one fan, and several fans I think, and I'm not sure if they got these from wrestling news sites or something, but apparently some people are talking about, and it looks like even criticizing, the fact that Ring of Honor is trying to be like MMA, in other words, like UFC, Bellator, and all that. They're trying to be an MMA-like pro wrestling show. Why? Because recently, in case you haven't noticed here on YouTube, Ring of Honor has debuted a new show called Inside ROH Wrestling. And it's basically similar to what you see like Inside MMA or Inside UFC. Stuff like that. Now, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of fans apparently have criticized this. I don't know if several insiders have criticized this, but some people do not like the direction Ring of Honor is going with this MMA kind of like atmosphere, where it's more about, it's basically trying to look like more real, they're basically trying to be more real than what they are. Now, me, honestly, I really don't have a problem with it either way. I mean, if Ring of Honor wants to be one of the wrestling promotions out there that wants to be more real, or seem more real, and focus more on the wrestling in the ring than the storylines, then that's their choice. Let them do that. I mean, it's their choice. Let them do it. I mean, if they want to do that, hey, I have no problem with it. But apparently some other people do, and that's the thing going on there. We'll just have to see if maybe this whole Inside Ring of Honor deal will last, and if they're going to stick with, I should say, an MMA-like style, not wrestling style, but MMA style like presentation. And that's what we got to look out there. And speaking of Ring of Honor, one of the former Ring of Honor stars, Chris Hero, has yet to be signed. WWE wanted to bring Chris Hero in. At the same time, they brought in Claudio. That has not occurred yet, but they still want to bring him in, but they want to reevaluate with something. They want to double check, make sure nothing's wrong, make sure he's ready to go with the schedule WWE is going to have to offer him. Now, speaking of WWE, several reports are coming out of World Wrestling Entertainment here. First of all, let's talk about Brodus Clay. For weeks, for months, almost a month now, we have been awaiting this guy's debut, or re-debut, or return to Raw, to the national scene, if you will. Apparently it's been held off, but maybe it won't be held off too long. Because this Monday is the Slammies, and we might end up seeing Brodus Clay there. It's not been reported, but it's a 3-hour show. It's supposed to be one of the big Raws of the year, one of the big national free television broadcasts of WWE. So we might see Brodus Clay at Raw. And the reason for this is because it's being reported and rumored that John Cena will be in a match at TLC. It may be made this week at Raw. It may be made during the week through WWE.com. And heck, it may even be made on that day at TLC. It'll be reportedly, the rumors going around, the reported rumor is that John Cena's match at TLC will be against Brodus Clay. Now what's interesting about this is Brodus Clay, after he filmed a movie for WWE Studios, WWE executives, the creative team, said, hey Brodus, you come up with your own idea. Because they didn't have nothing for the guy. They didn't have any kind of idea of where to go with him. Brodus said he wanted to, so basically the idea that Brodus has come up with is to be the monster heel that doesn't sell to baby faces. So in other words, let's say his match with John Cena does take place, that means he won't sell, let's say, the 5-knuckle shuffle, he won't sell maybe the attitude adjustment or anything like that. So that will be quite interesting where they go with that, especially if they're going to pair him up with John Cena. Because then apparently, if this was to occur, and that's the direction they let Brodus Clay go, because according to reports, that's what they like. They said they like that idea. Then apparently, that's going to maybe be part of what helps John Cena kind of adapt to a new style, so he doesn't seem so, as some people say, repetitive and all that. So. And also, I think it's just another way to try to get John Cena more over as a babyface, so that you will have the ultimate babyface match at WrestleMania between him and The Rock. But anyway, that's the report that's the latest on Brodus Clay and John Cena, that they may end up meeting at TLC, with the fact that Brodus Clay has come out with the idea that WWE likes, WWE Creative likes, and that is being a monster heel that doesn't sell to the babyfaces. Sounds interesting. And that he'll induct them into his own personal house of pain, or hall of pain, or whatever you want to call it. Now, other news going around. Apparently, Vince McMahon is very high on the Bella twins. Now, this is very surprising, seeing as though the Bellas haven't held the championship since Kelly, that being Brie Bella, hasn't held the championship since Kelly won it from them. So what's going to happen? What kind of push are the Bellas going to get? Are they going to get pushed as baby faces, or are they going to be pushed as the heels they currently are? We just have to wait and see. Now, other reports going around. This is a little bit of a spoiler in case you don't know. Speaking of the Divas, a little bit of a spoiler in case you don't know this. The Divas of Doom, or the Pinup Strong Divas of Beth Phoenix and Natalya, have their stable. The group has grown by one more. That's right. In case you don't know, this is a spoiler, but apparently what's going on is Caitlyn, that's right, the NXT Season 3 winner, I think NXT Season 3, is reportedly now, as of the SmackDown tapings and officially on Friday when it is broadcasted, officially come Friday when it's broadcasted on Sci-Fi, Caitlyn will officially become a heel. That's right, Caitlyn will join up with Beth Phoenix and Natalya. Now, Caitlyn, of course, is a rookie still, so my only thought on this is they're going to take Caitlyn under the wing and teach her in their own way what the business is really about for women and divas, what the divas' real roles or real place in the business should be. So basically, the Pinup Strong Divas of Doom stable has grown by one more with Caitlyn. Now, apparently, this obviously is going to shove AJ right into the spotlight if Caitlyn's part of the Divas of Doom. Or Pinup Strong. And speaking of divas, one of my all-time favorite divas, Lillian Garcia, is back as of Tuesday SmackDown tapings and Friday, and officially on Friday on SmackDown. She is now the ring announcer for SmackDown. I don't know exactly how long that's going to last, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want her back on Raw. But right now she's the SmackDown ring announcer. That's the report going there. And apparently it looks like we may have a new cougar in the WWE, a new cougar, if you know what I mean. Last night or this week on NXT, if you watch it on WWE Fan Nation, here on YouTube, apparently there's a new cougar in town. I don't know if it's a one-time deal, if it's going to be a continuous deal, but apparently Maxine's mother is playing the role of a cougar, as seen on NXT this week. This has caused, of course, the breakup of the engagement between her and Derek Bateman. Now, of course, this also means that Johnny Curtis was involved, so apparently there's a rivalry going on there on NXT between Curtis and Bateman. Now, another reported rumor going around is that our triple threat TLC match may end up becoming a fatal four-way. That's right, a fatal four-way. basically the reported rumor going around is that since Dolph Ziggler has been doing 2 matches in a row at pay-per-views lately, being Hell in a Cell or being Vengeance, and then recently Survivor Series, rumors going around that Dolph Ziggler may end up getting inserted into the WWE Championship match at TLC. Now, the only way a lot of people see this happening is if Dolph Ziggler loses the United States title to Zack Ryder, and then possibly caps the night off by winning the WWE Championship, giving himself a bittersweet ending, if you know what I mean. Because apparently WWE has put a lot of stock in Dolph Ziggler, you know, and having him do what he's been doing lately with the 2 matches in a row deal, or 2 matches in the same night. So apparently they see something in Dolph that's going to allow him to possibly get that opportunity. I know the Schleg Daddy and Mr. Rout may not like hearing that, because as Schleg Daddy has pointed out one time, and Mr. Rout even confirmed it on Monday during the Raw review, Dolph Ziggler kind of reminds him a bit of Jeff Jarrett. So once they listen to this, maybe it might make Schleg Daddy go into a Dolph Ziggler position real soon. But that's the report on Dolph Ziggler and TLC. Of course, also we know that Kevin Nash and Triple H will meet in a ladder match at TLC with a sledgehammer at the top of the ladder. We know now that Booker T will face Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental Championship, and we also know that a tables match has been set between Randy Orton and Wade Barrett, and apparently we're going to have a chairs match between Big Show and Mark Henry. Now, Daniel Bryan, although a lot of people are wondering when is he going to be able to finally cash in Money in the Bank, well, my prediction is we're going to probably see a cash in probably sooner than you think, and I think it's going to involve TLC. Just saying, folks. Now that's apparently all the news right now in WWE. Now speaking of TNA, real quickly, because I'm running out of time here, Dixie Carter is reportedly saying that 2012 looks like it's going to be a great year for them, while other sources like Richard Gray over at WrestlingNewsWorld.com, and also check out the YouTube page, it's pretty cool, is reporting it may not be a good year in his exclusive premium content that you have to pay about $2-3 for, but he's reporting it may not be a good year for them. So we're just going to have to wait and see what occurs. But TNA is apparently going in this direction. TNA, obviously, it sounds like they have plans, thanks to the backing of Hogan and Bischoff, apparently have plans for Jeff Hardy to become champion again. We'll have to see where they go from there. You know, not really much coming out of TNA, except for the fact that the Final Resolution pay-per-view is this Sunday. And you know, apparently Robert Roode, they're doing a storyline right now, kind of like almost a work shoot storyline with Dixie Carter doing an interview about Bobby Roode, and also involving how Bobby Roode's family is dealing with his new attitude and everything. So, you know, just that kind of stuff going on. You know, but apparently that's about some of the major news coming out of TNA. And also TNA apparently has signed a new multi-year deal with the UK channel, or UK Sports Channel Challenge, to broadcast Impact Wrestling. So that's all the wrestling news that I got for you for both WWE, TNA, and Ring of Honor. Comment down below if you like, and I'll talk to you all later.